Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Here's Johnson with a reception. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Vikings' 33-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side here with Love. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Vikings, nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Handoff right side to Wangu. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to go up top again. They've got his man complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Minnesota. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Breaks a tackle, and so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. And it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a give running right is Love. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Mayfield to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. Touchdown, Texans. Juwan Johnson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They win. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Second down and 3. On the draw, it's Nwangu. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of...
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. A big play there for Minnesota. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a give running left is Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
On the give is Nwangu. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Behind in the chain, 2nd and 13. They'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. That ball caught by Slayton. And all the way down to the 29. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darius Slayton, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. He'll drop to throw. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Mike 28.
Looking to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Vikings! Kenny Nwangwu, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Texans 35, Vikings 21.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Mayfield on play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. complete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
They'll run with Nwangu. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Another run now for Nwangu. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Troy Apke.
And the Texans are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start the drive with Love here. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play fake. Mayfield. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke.
And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Second and 7.
staying on the ground. It's Love. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Vikings 21.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 11. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that.
And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 29. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th,
it's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Sly on for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Biscodogg Texans 56, Vikings 21.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Vikings 28.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 25. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Minnesota. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the run is Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing win. I don't know what was said in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the week because they go over every eventuality. I mean, you know how coaches are. They want to cover every minute detail all the way up to how much time does it take to walk from the locker room to the field, you name it. And when it all comes together and results in a victory, everyone feels pretty good about that.
Well, the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed in this one for them. He's got the hookup with Diggs. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
15's the mic. 15's the mic. I got 15. What we got? What we got? What we got? Hey! Right, let's go. Hey, Mike's.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right? I don't think you got it, son.
Mayfield with it once more. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final.